Okay, so what's going on, guys? Now, all of you guys know about Pokemon types. Some have the upper hand that gets in other types, and some has the least upper hand. But you have to ask yourself, why? Why is fire weak to water? Well, that's pretty obvious. But why is But why is dragon weak to ice? Well, today we're gonna count down those picks for the top 10. No, not top 10. All the Pokemon types that are in and explain their weaknesses. Normal. Normal is only weak to one type, and that's flying type. Flying because when you put your outer shield into a ring with UFC fire, pretty obvious it's going to win. Ghost has no effect against normal because normal people can't reach the undead, and the undead can't reach normal people. Fire. Fire is weak to water, ground, and rock. Water because water puts out fire. Ground because you can put sand on fire to put it out. And rock because when you make a campfire, you put rocks around it so it won't spread. Firing. Firing is weak to flying, psychic, and fairy. Flying because when someone is on the air, of course you're going to have the upper hand. Psychic because brains over brawn. And fairy because you cannot reach the fairies if you're... No matter how strong you are, you cannot beat fairies. Water. Water is weak to electric and grass. Electric because water conducts electricity, and grass because water helps grass grow. And also, the real reason why water is weak to electric is because that water is technically insulator, but it isn't a very good one. Flying. Flying is weak to electric, ice, and rock. And ground has no effect against it. Electric because air is technically an insulator, but it's not a very good one. Rock because there's something like this. Kill 2 birds with 1 stone. And ice because, according to Tom and Jerry, birds fly south for the winter to escape the cold. Ducks, in fact. Ground has no effect of flying because people who are flying aren't touching the ground when there's an earthquake. Birds can't feel it. Grass. Grass is weak to fire, flying, poison, ice, and bug. Fire because fire easily incinerates grass. Ever heard of forest fire? Flying because grass are vulnerable to flying objects. Poison because weed killer. Ice because an overnight frost can kill your hydrangeas. And bug because bugs eat grass in order to stay strong. Poison. Poison is only weak to ground and psychic. Ground because radioactive garbage is buried under the ground. Psychic because very smart people can cure poisons and toxins. Electric is only weak to one type, and that is ground type. Ground because the ground is vulnerable to the electricity. Speaking of ground, next up is him, and he is weak to water, grass, and ice. And electric has no effect against him. Water because water will make him all soggy and muddy. Grass because grass makes his home around the ground, and ice because she can freeze ground within seconds. It's like suffocating for godly, and electric has no effect against him because, as I told you, the ground is vulnerable to electricity. Why am I saying? And you guys are wondering why I'm saying ground is a boy, water is a girl, grass is a boy, and ice is a girl. Didn't really explain that water was a girl, but still. Well, it's because I can. Alright, so here's the genders. Normal is a boy, fire is a boy, fighting is a girl, water is a girl, flying is a boy, grass is a boy, poison is a girl, electric, ground are boys, psychic is a girl, rock is a boy, ice is a girl, and bug, dragon, ghost, dark, and steel are all boys, and fairy is a girl. What were you expecting? Okay, we're getting off topic. Back to business. Psychic. Psychic is weak to bug, ghost, and dark. Bug because bugs like flies can irritate a person. Ghost because ghosts already have telekinesis powers and probably might win against psychic. And dark because you can't see your enemies in the dark. Do use psychic abilities on them. Rock is weak to water, grass, ground, steel, and fighting, water, grass. Okay, you know what? Let's just get into it because I'm not gonna remember all these. Fighting is good against rock because fighting people, a martial arts can break rock. Water because water can erode rocks and slowly. Grass because some plants make their house in the rocks and probably make trees or other plants in the process. Ground because when earthquakes can break rocks. And steel because steel is stronger than rock. Ice is weak to fighting, fire, and rock and steel. Fire because fire melts ice. Fighting because martial arts can also break ice. And rock and steel because those can also break ice. Bug is weak to fire, flying, and rock. Fire because fire easily incinerates bugs. Flying because bugs are vulnerable to flying objects as well. And rock because you can kill 50 bugs with a boulder. Dragon's weak to himself, ice, and fairy. Dragon because dragons are strong creatures, and the only creature that can stop them is another dragon. Ice because when I think of mythological creatures, I think of ice stuck in them, and ice has a sense of timing to them. And fairy because the evil dragon is always slain in fairy tales. But however, fairies actually know as magic according to the Wikipedia, and dragons are vulnerable to magic. Ghost is weak to himself and dark. Ghost because only ghosts can touch each other, and dark because true evil people are less likely to fall afraid of ghosts because of the woes of the dead. Ghosts have the most immunities, and that's normal in fighting. Normal because normal people can't reach ghosts, and fighting because martial arts can't really reach ghosts. Dark is weak to fighting, fairy, and bug. Fighting because people can fight without sight. Fairy because fairies can light up the dark, and bugs because bugs are more active against nights. Fun fact, dark is actually known as the evil type in Japanese. Steel is weak to fighting, fire, and ground. Fire because fire can melt steel. Fighting because, again, martial arts bring stuff. And ground because earthquakes can take away steel. Poison has no effect against steel because think of Superman, the Man of Steel, not get shot. Fairy is weak to steel and poison, and dragon has no effect against it. Steel because when fairies get close to steel, they can lose their powers. And poison because fairies have poor immune systems. Dragon has no effect against her because the outgame needs to be done. Alright guys, those are all the things. All the types. But wait, there's more. Let's talk about the sound type. Sound will be weak against normal, bug, and dragon. Normal because normal people's ears can really be breaked in if their ears are plugged. Bug because bugs also make noise like crickets. And dragon because some dragons can be sound. Bye.